Hi everybody, I have a fun card to show you today, and it's from the new suite that's in the mini catalog, and it's a fine art floral, and I used it the other day in my video to do those fun art pieces that I showed you, and I told you I was going to do a card with them. So I'm going to do a card with this one, the one that I did the watercolor wash on, and we're going to be using the gilded leafing, and that's something new, and it is so cool. I'm going to show you, and I do have some of this. I have used quite a bit of it, and it just puffs up, and so you get a lot out of this jar. You think that jar's just tiny, but you're going to get a bunch out of it. So let me show you real quick. I'm going to show you some of the paper. This paper is beautiful. I'm going to be using this piece right here, the acetate, and it's embossed, but I want to show you this piece. These two pieces go together, and I will be doing a video to show you how to cut this to get the most out of this, because you only get one sheet of this acetate in there, and it is just beautiful. So you're really gonna like it. I haven't figured out what this one goes to, if it goes to a piece of the designer series paper. I'll figure it out and I'll let you know. So let's get started. So we're going to need, I'm going to show you the gold leafing really quickly, because this is the container, and I would recommend just using a little bit at a time, because it just kind of goes poof when you put something in there, and you're going to need to dedicate a sponge to it. So you can use a whole sponge or a piece of one like I did, but let me show you. I'm going to set this to the side, and let me show you how I did these pieces. So with this one, I wanted a little bit of color to it, but not a whole lot. So what I did is I took the Mary Merlot, and this is the Mary Merlot, and this is the paper, and it is beautiful. I don't use it enough. I should use it more, but with this suite I probably will. So what you want to do is you want to ink it up, and then you want to stamp off. So I just go in the same place again, and you stamp down. And you know what? I want just a little bit more color, so I'm going to use the other side. I'm going to stamp again, not be a little bit more generous with the ink this time. So let's put this to the side, and then we're going to come in with the Versamark, and you want to ink it up, not a whole lot, and then you just want to stamp right over top of it with the Versamark. Then you're going to need your heat and stick powder. We used to use this with the Dazzling Diamonds. I don't know if anybody remembers that or not, but you need this, and you just dip it in there, and you get some on your flower. Put the lid on. Like I always tell you, make sure you put the lid on everything. And then I'm just going to heat emboss it. And I'm going to turn away so you don't have to hear it as much. And all you want to do, I want you to be able to see it, is you want to get it to heat and to melt that. So you can see it turning. And then what you want to do is you want to bring in your gilded leafing and just pop it into the container. And this is the fun part. Watch this. And this stuff is really soft. You think it, would be kind of like aluminum foil or something, but it's just fun. And you just scrub it. And if you don't get enough on it at the first, I just wanted it to be in certain spots. But if you want to, you can just stamp right over it again with the embossing, with the Versamark, and just put some more gold leafing on it. So just ink it up a little more, come back in, ink it up, and then you just come back in with your heat and stick. Heat it up some more. see it melting this time. And then just stick it back into your, see what I told you, that stuff, it just goes everywhere. So just put the least amount that you can into your container. And then, see, and it just added more for you. Isn't that cool? That stuff, I'm telling you, it goes so easily. And I noticed that it stuck to my fingernails when I have the, when I have my fingernails done, it just sticks to them, and I just rubbed it in on some of them, but it comes off. Just don't make a big mess like I do. And then you just cut this out with your die, and I did that over here. Let me bring in the pieces and get this out of the way. And this, I did this as well. I did the thinking of you, and I just stamped it with the Versamark, and then went over it with the heat and stick powder, and just stuck it down into the gilded leafing, and it's really pretty. It gives it a little bit of a brighter look than if you just did gold embossing. I don't want to stick my fingers in those because I know I'm going to make a mess. So I'm just going to move them to the side and cover them up, and then I'll come back and get them later. So what you want to do is you want to start getting your pieces together, and you notice that this is watercolor. This is watercolor. No, not watercolor paper. It's the shimmer paper. So when you spray it with water, it makes it, you know, it gives it a bow in the middle. So all you have to do, you could put it between two pieces, or between a book, and, you know, make it flat if you wanted to, but, you know, you don't really need to. I don't want to have to wait that long on anything. I'm very impatient. So all you want to do is you just want to press it down on your Mary Merlot, and I cut this about 1/8 of an inch bigger than my art piece. And if you just press it down, it'll go flat when you put it on your card base. But isn't that pretty? I love the colors in this, and you can go back and watch my video on how I did this. This is Bumblebee, Poppy Parade, Terracotta Tile, and then the Mary Merlot. And I just put some little mini dimensionals on the back, and I'll just pop them off. And what you want to do is you want to go ahead and put your flower head down where you want it, and then you want to come in with your acetate sheet, and you want to just put it underneath. And if you need to move this, you can probably still, while it's, you know, you haven't pressed it down, you can move it a little bit, move it around if you want to. So what I do is then I take the covers off the back of my dimensionals so that it reveals the sticky part. And I do want to show you this ribbon that I have wrapped around here. Probably wonder where that came from. I'll show you in just a second. But what you want to do is you want to position this on your acetate. Isn't that so pretty? I love this. So then you come in with your glue dots, and I ran out of glue dots, so I had to order some, but I had a few left over. And you just want to put them behind your white piece so that it doesn't show up on the acetate on the front, and it'll be enough to hold it down. You can probably put, you know, about 4 or 5 of them on here, and it'll hold it really good. So let's see if we get any more on there. I think that's it for this strip. Really do need to get those. Mail has been so slow, and I'm sorry we haven't got our mini catalogs yet. But just pop this on there, and then I just come back in with my sentiment and just put it wherever you want to on here. If you want it on the leaves, just, you know, put some glue dots on here, because if you put it on the back of here, you don't know where it's going to land. So put it on your leaf, and then just lay it down. And this pretty piece of ribbon, isn't this the cutest thing? I love this. Pop this back down here and let it set just a second. I'm going to cover this up. Don't stick my fingers in it. You know, I'm really bad about that. So what this is this is the ribbon that comes with the Fine Art Suite. And what you do is, I did this piece right here. All you do is you take a piece, you have to get the right ones on here, and then you just start pulling. And it does take 2 of these. You got to find the right 2, and then you just start pulling on them, and then it frays your ribbon. Isn't that cool? I love this. It's so much fun. You got to be careful though, because you'll end up using all your ribbon and you want to keep some, but I think that is so cool. And then you just tie it in a knot around your stem of your flower. But let me know what you think about this card. I love it. This one was done by Shelly Gardner, and she just did all in gold. She didn't put any of the color behind, you know, the gold leafing, and it was so pretty. I just thought it was just beautiful, so I had to copy her, and this is her design. So it is pretty. Tell me what you think, and hopefully you'll get your catalog in the mail. If you don't, let me know. Talk to you soon. Bye.